stock no more, and can't eat no more. Eat no more hot dogs. I'm gonna put your head, I put it on my wall. Now, baby, don't you be afraid, cause you don't wanna eat none today. I'm gonna put your head on my wall, and then you can't eat no more hot dogs. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on, baby, don't you be late. I want your head, I want it tonight. Cut your head off at 8:30, and have it on my wall by 10:30. Yeah, come on, baby, I want that head. Come on, baby, I want that head. I want your head to hang on my wall tonight. Now, honey, don't you be afraid, cause I'm gonna cut your head off about 8:30. Just like I said, I'm gonna cut your head off.
Hi, Devil Son. How are you? I hope you're well. Because there's a lot of people on YouTube right now. You know it, I know it. I've been talking about this for a very long time. People just don't want to acknowledge it. Or they want to keep it going. They want to keep all these boys living in a man's world, fully nourished with alcohol, drugs, etc. So that they'll keep continuing to create content and drama for you. Michelle Creates just went live. Try to get her involved with the Michelle Marie Delaney. Michelle Creates. But, you know, I didn't notice it, or I didn't notice it was this bad until last night. Hey, Matt Taylor, how are you? But I want to say something to Lindy Live, because she mentioned me. Lindy, you know, I think that people see things happen and they have their own opinion or their own idea of what they saw. I'm going to tell you something right now, Lindy. I've never watched you until Kat recommended one of your videos. And I don't really think that you're telling everybody the truth. This is another person that's telling half-truths here. Lindy, from what I remember, when I was told to go to Lindy's, this was like, I want to say about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was told to go over there, and they wanted a shit show. She wanted a shit show. She wanted to get involved with Mark Terry. So I went over there. I go over to Lindy's. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit for? You know, this woman isn't playing along. So I mean, if I was told that that's what you wanted, and I went over there and did that, and that's not what you wanted, I apologize. But don't ever accuse me of being anything else but real, true. Um, I was kind of put off by that. Do you guys blow each other in public and Brighton? Okay, all right. I don't think Lindy owns much pineapple tea, from what I hear. I don't think she owns much. She fits right in over here with the losers. But as far as I know, I mean, Lindy is just, you know. Hey, what's up, Seal Hater?
Hey, how you doing? I'm listening, and keep talking. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah. So,
thanks for letting me out.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't watch Lindy. I was told to go over there once. I went over there, and again, it's just, in my opinion, it's just some older woman who has made bad decisions in her life, and all she has is YouTube. And she's ridiculing a lot worse people. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. There's no comparing Lindy to John Camillo or Bergs or any of these people. I get it. But she's quite a loser. She's quite a loser.
Well, the thing about Lindy is I've never known her, but why is she so interested in, like, everybody else? I mean, like,
yeah.
You know?
So what happened was, I'm going to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prove a point here. I was told to go over there. Lindy was over here for a while as all these troll accounts.
Yeah.
You know, and she's pretending like she wasn't. Lindy, come on. She's calling all these people losers. I'm going to be honest with you, dude. You know, I find it funny and fun, like everyone else. But for Lindy to tell everybody that she's better than them, I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, she was like the boy from the beginning, right? According to her.
That's my point. That's a loser title.
Yeah.
That's an old woman with a loser title. That's. Lindy, everyone has a clone. Pineapple, everybody. Kimberly, after what you did to Mark Terry, and this is Terry, you're not. I'm not saying you're not allowed here, but you're very unwelcome here. Very unwelcome.
Why is Kimberly so mad?
Because I just exposed her for what she did to Mark and Mrs. T.
I don't keep on track of that stuff.
Dude, when they were here, when they're at my house, Mrs. Terry, right? Mrs. Terry was kind of involved in YouTube, right, at that time. And she was showing me text messages from these women. They were trying to get Mark to like leave his wife and all this crap. I'm not going to prove that. Go talk, Kimberly. Go talk to Mrs. T. I don't know. Kimberly, I saw it.
Who gives a shit? It's a past. You know, I just met Mark's new girlfriend. I think that's cool. He met a new woman online.
Yeah, of course. Of course it's cool.
Just fucking move on. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Yeah, Kimberly. I feel very uncomfortable with you here. That's all. All right. It's not that you know I'm going to tell you to get the fuck out of here, Kimberly. Get the fuck out, Kimberly Stark. But you're not welcome here. I'm going to tell you right now. You are 100% not welcome here. Okay. And in fact, you being here makes me very, very uncomfortable. You're a very treacherous person. Very. Now moving on to Lindy.
Anyway, what else is going on? So, how you been? Like, the fucking humidity's been horrible here.
Dude, right now it's 67 degrees. It's fucking beautiful outside. I heard it's supposed to get really hot today. Yesterday sucked. My air conditioner's been on for fucking like a week straight.
Yeah. Mine's like falling apart, Noodles. Like I got one of those old Walmart, like out the window ones. I think it's called like but the whole thing's rusting out. But I think the window's gonna hold it in. It looks like shit, but it's going to the dump after the summer, definitely.
Yeah. Well, they make really nice ones now, dude. I mean, if you got the money, spend it on a nice new unit, and the quality's better, the efficiency's better. A lot of people are using window units from like the fucking like the late '90s.
Yeah. Well, the amount of the way they make the new ones, you got to buy them even more powerful than like say if you needed a 85 like BTU air conditioner, you got to buy like a 1200 BTU one to match that.
Yeah. Well, Kimberly, let me tell you something. It wasn't just you, Kimberly. It wasn't just you. I know it wasn't just you. It was a bunch of you and your Yenta friends trying to split up a marriage. That's it. I saw it. Okay. And you did it. Congratulations. Congratulations. I hope you feel great about that, Kimberly. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't deal with bullshit. I'm just talking in general. But I think that the way you gotta look at things now with the EPA and all that crap, you gotta buy even more powerful, Just like a vehicle, it's like everything's under. It's like going back in the early '80s almost,
What do you mean?
Like for instance, like if you needed a vehicle, you got to pay a lot extra to get that power, because it's this gas saving bullshit and all that,
Well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, if you don't have central air like I do, central air is the best.
I don't have that. No.
Yeah, you're up Schitt's Creek.
I got my insurance bill on my truck. I drive a 2009 Dodge Ram 1500.
Right.
The fucking insurance went up $150.
Really?
Just because it's a V8 and a dangerous vehicle to drive, and it went up $100 for everybody. I haven't had a speeding ticket since probably the '90s, and if they pull me over, I'll tell the piggers, they can go fuck themselves, and I'll take that shit right to court.
You know what's fucked up? Insurance companies, if you get into an accident or you put in a claim, they do everything possible to get out of it, and nobody ever goes after these insurance companies for that. There should be a law. You know what I mean?
Like, what is the cheapest insurance company? I mean, most of them used to, like the porno mags, the insurance companies. They also used to be in Stamford, Connecticut, or in that area. Like right outside of New York, right? And it's like, and then you call them, you can't even get a hold of somebody anymore.
Yeah. Again, I had USAA for a very long time, and
that's what I use.
Yeah, right so I tried to cut down on my bills, so I went to them. I said, "Listen, I've been with you guys for a very long time. Is there any way like I can get a better deal?" And they're like, "We don't do that." What do you mean you don't do that? I'm like, at the time I had my F-150, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't driving it because they gave me a company car.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't need like, whatever. I'm not really driving that much. Can we lower the bill? I'm just basically paying for it to sit in my driveway.
Right.
And they're like, well, you can do this. You can do like part-time insurance. I'm like, nah, because then I'm gonna forget. And what happened was I did forget. I got pulled over one day, and they're like, you don't have insurance.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
explained it to them.
when I had boat insurance, I went in motorcycle insurance, and I used to have those. I used to use Geico because they were cheapest. Like if you drive a motorcycle, it's start cheaper boat insurance. But like for vehicle, I always went through the military one, which was like USAA.
Yeah,
Figuring they're gonna hook me up, but I
they don't
don't.
do it.
I don't want to go through one of those. Bank of America bullshit.
I'm
Like,
telling you right now. So I switched. See you later. Getting the same coverage cheaper through another insurance company.
could you use though?
It doesn't matter. My point is that you can go to any insurance company and get them to beat that fucking price, and they'll do it. It's just again, the USAA is probably at the time I didn't realize that USAA is just like every other insurance company, but fucking
Yeah,
worse.
yeah, because they work with Geico and all those other companies, and then yeah, exactly. And they're out of San Antonio, Texas, too, which is a pain in the ass to, mail a check into. Yeah,
Um, so as you know, I work at the VA, right?
right.
And what they're doing now, what they want to do, the federal government wants to give up the VA in Manhattan and Brooklyn. They want to turn it into a private run facility. So
Why?
check this out. You remember when like they were pushing for Obamacare and all this crap?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So now the federal government's saying there's no more money to fund these fucking these VAs and shit like that. They're gonna say, all right, instead of us running the VA, right? Instead of us owning the VA and doing all this stuff, we're gonna let someone buy it out from us, right? Run it
Okay.
themselves, and the people who go there will be our clients or whatever, and we'll just pay for them.
Well, that's what they're doing with the registry of motor vehicles because it's a public that they're running these private clients so they don't get sued to protect their ass. Like in other words, like if I'm like auditing the in New Jersey RMV, um all those people working and then in there are they're, they're just clients, and there's no way of finding out their real boss. You know what I'm saying? Even though it the government's doing this uh in a
There, there's so
way.
much fraud. There's so much fraud going on right now within the
Mm,
VA and all these government organ facilities that the government doesn't want to deal with it anymore, and they're just
what
basically saying, you know what? Let some
what
rich motherfucker come in, take it over, run the facility, and we will give them their patients, and we will pay for them.
I
That's what the
one of my aunts was working. I'm not gonna say what facility she was working for, whether it's a VA or any of but she was working for a government agency. This motherfucker stole her laptop just to get more sick time and more vacation time, just to and then the weird thing is my aunt was saying that on that laptop she was not smart enough, because she's about ready to retire, that she had her Google account linked to all the shit on her laptop,
yeah.
including a credit card and all this shit. And that concerned her. And I said, don't do anything. If that guy stole your laptop working for the government, let the government go through that, see if the guy was, if he had child porn or whatever. And then I told her, after they give the laptop back, I said just delete the Google email and just wipe it out, or get banned off of YouTube. What you know what I mean? It's almost impossible to wipe out a Google uh, email account, but it all Google is so intrusive. With everything you do online, it's insane if you're not careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway, listen, Kimberly, you're more than welcome to come up here and tell everybody that I'm wrong, that never happened, whatever. So I'm going to be honest with you, Kimberly. I don't think Mrs. T is going to come around and fucking and debate you. But I saw what I saw, Kimberly. I'm sorry, Kimberly. I saw what I saw, and I kept my mouth shut for a very long time. Very long time. And it wasn't just you, Kimberly. It wasn't. Now, there's certain people that are going crazy right now with these conspiracy theories like Lindy Live and Bergs and all these people. Again, I'm going to tell you right now, you think that Lindy Live isn't fucking around. Lindy Live isn't doing this. Lindy Live isn't doing that. Bullshit. Bullshit. Again, I was asked to go up there one day for a shit show on behalf of Mark and Lindy. And it didn't work out. I didn't feel like it did. She didn't like it, so I never went back there. So I don't know why the hell this woman is bringing me up. Lindy, I didn't, whoever wanted that to happen, Lindy, I went up there. I did my thing. I remember exactly where I was too. I was in Brooklyn that day. And it didn't work out. I never went back there, Lindy. And it was because you wanted a shit show, not because I wanted to. I was working. I didn't want to fucking do that. I did it because of Mark.
Let me say something to Kimberly Star, because she's one of my subscribers, and she's always been nice to me. Me and Noodles have had a past, but we let it go. I mean, you gotta let shit go. I don't let the drama get to me. And if you do, you're out of your mind. Like, you just got to be like real people, and time goes on. I mean, you got to let the past go.
Pineapple tea. I'll tell you exactly what I saw. All right. I was in my kitchen when they took Mark away that night. All right. And I remember going to Mrs. Terry. All right. Because I had to talk to her. It was like, what the fuck just happened? Mark is now in a mental facility. The cops took him away, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm sitting in this fucking kitchen with this woman. All right. Never met her before. Her husband was just taken away from her. Sitting, I'm like, Mrs. T, listen, I feel terrible. I feel like maybe I bring this stuff out in Mark. We do a show, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no. She's like, Mark likes you. Don't worry about it. I think you're good for Mark. This is what this woman's telling me, right? And she goes, I got to show you something, because there's a lot of people out there that are trying to, that are really bad, trying to do shit. Kimberly, I'm telling you, it was texts from you. It was texts from other women too. Telling this guy to do shit. Giving him money. Kimberly, maybe you didn't think that was going to cause an issue, but it did, Kimberly. And I never spoke about that. Never spoke about that. Mark doesn't even like me speaking about that. This way, Mark is a very impressionable person, and Mark will do anything for money. Everybody knows that. That's not a lie. That's not me exaggerating. Okay. And you guys pushed a little too hard, and you fucked things up for them.
That's all. I mean, maybe like when that happened, Noodles, like she got overexcited. that all that was happening, and things went the wrong way. But can you let it go like Noodles, where it's like, that was a long time ago, and maybe the online thing versus the live stream like went bad.
Dude, I just think that's a really big, like, oh my God, why did you do that? Like, how could you do that? Come on, it's not even funny. Put
Well,
it to the
I don't I
serious.
don't even know.
I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I'm gonna tell you what I
I
saw, and it
I
has
I,
nothing to do
I
with.
yeah, right. Okay. Yep.
This
Go
has
ahead.
nothing to do with, Kimberly or whatever. I saw a woman, all right, who was holding on by a thread to this guy, all right, and I saw how he treated her, and she told me, this is what she told me. She goes, when I met Mark, right, Mark wasn't like this. And Mark took on responsibilities that were attached to me, and he did a great job. Like, he took over everything.
All right.
Like, he basically made my life 1,000 times better, our kids' lives, everything. All right. She's
All
telling me
right.
this whole story.
Yeah.
And, you know, fast forward to what's happening now in my kitchen. And she goes, I pledged an oath in front of God that I would take care of this man if he ever got sick. And she goes, I'm
Right.
doing it. She goes, I work well over 40 hours a week to make this happen. She goes, I'm out here right now, and I realized this woman didn't want to be in my house. You
Mm,
understand? So I totally understand what she was doing. She was sacrificing a lot, and she was holding on by a thread. The look in this woman's face was just like
yeah.
defeated, embarrassed, whatever. And then when I
Yeah.
saw those texts, maybe you guys didn't know what was going on.
Let me ask you this: who drove up to New Jersey? Was it her or him driving?
When they got out, she was driving, and then when they left, she was driving.
No. Okay. Because like during all that shit, right? Mark was building his channel, and I went on there when he was coming back from New Jersey because I didn't really watch your channel and even see what the hell happened. Other than you guys went out to dinner or something. And in the meantime, Barter was saying, "I'm gonna kill you on the highway. What exit are you?" And he had the
Yeah.
live stream going, and I've never talked to Barter in my fucking life. And he's like, "Why are you talking to Noodles, or why are you talking to Mr. T, or some shit like that?" And I think that was the only time I told Barter to go fuck himself. Because it was weird, it was really weird. Like, I don't know if it was a fake Botter account, if that was him, but it was during that whole Botter thing, and it was weird. And,
Maybe people forget the live stream that took place that night, where it was Potter, Lolly, and John,
yeah,
and they
I
sent
mean,
stuff to my house. I mean,
yeah, it was way back.
they were stalking the whole live stream,
Yeah, I
and I
mean,
remember, yeah,
what was this, a year or so ago? I mean, this is a while ago.
it's like no, it was. I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe.
Hmm. I
I
don't
think this.
know, but the
Yeah,
whole Botter thing was weird. Like, that guy usually never fucked with me, but until I was texting Mark, and he was on the highway on Route 95 or some shit, going back down to Alabama, and then Botter was like, "What exit are you at? I'm gonna get you." And I said to him, "Why would you get him?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't like you," and it's weird. It was just really creepy. And I'm like, why would Botter care about Jersey? And then I'm thinking, does Botter live in Jersey? And then you're talking 3 years ago, and I'm trying to figure out if Botter lived in New York or New Jersey, because he was constantly following Noodles back then. And I'm like,
I used to have conversations with this person, right? And this person was telling me that they used to live in Manhattan.
yeah, right,
This is like when I first started doing the channel with him and all this stuff. Like, dude, it was all lies. It was all lies to try to hurt me, try to hurt everyone that, they were just trying to get more information off me and whatever. That's all that was. And
yeah.
this fucking person, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, this person had certain loyalties to certain people, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. The one person that this person was very loyal to, for some strange reason, and I bring this up, and nobody ever fucking bats an eye at it, was Flatline.
Really?
Yep. Flatline, you couldn't say anything bad about Flatline. And then there was at one point, I wasn't allowed to say anything bad about Holly Undead.
Well,
Believe it or not.
I would always see him in chat, but I always thought he was fucking retarded. I mean, oh shit, I can't say that word. He was very childish. You know what I mean? He was very I can't like deal with people in chat like that. And he was always like that and I could tell he was like a little kid, or he was like just really hyped up kid that drank too much, coffee or something.
It was always this person that was up 24 hours a day, which I still don't believe it was one person. I believe one person got caught, but I really don't think it was one person.
But
One of those botters was actually very nice to me.
I doxed the shit out of the original botter and exposed him. He was in Florida, the original one. But the botter one.
No, so I did. I don't know if I ever told you guys about this, but they came to me with a name of someone in 2020 or 2021, and I laughed at them because I was like, how did you get that? Because I know I'm like, I've seen that before. There's no way.
Because like the whole thing, Noodles. If the second botter was,
and it could be true.
But
that person out in Florida, that person down in Florida, they went down and talked to that person. I'm telling you, it wasn't that person.
I know Trust it me. Wasn't. But the second botter thing cracked me up. I looked him up and I'm like, oh, is it Sneaker Nova? The guy that like sells sneakers online. That botter. I'm like, there's no way it's him.
No.
And then I'm like, there's no way like Sneaker Botter is gonna be screwing around with like the bottom of YouTube. You know what I mean? Where he's like making tons of money, and I actually followed him to see how his bots worked. It was interesting, but anyway, it's long story short. It wasn't him, but you know what I mean.
Well, they did go down and talk to the guy from Florida, and from what I heard was that not only did they talk to him, but they talked to the police down there, and this guy's been having nothing but trouble for like years because of this person. So this had been going on for fucking years. This is the one thing that.
Who, Steven?
Yeah. So this is the one thing that you guys got to remember when they tell you that it was a 14-year-old kid. This goes back years that this person has been harassed. Years. Okay? So when I say that one person got arrested, one person got in trouble, that's the reason why I'm saying that. I'm telling you right now, the cops are fully aware of that. fully aware of that. And it's not just the cops; it was the Secret Service, it was the FBI. They all investigated that.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing was strange too, because the big like FBI headquarters is in West Virginia too, and that's what's kind of threw me off. I was like, wow.
The crazy thing about the person in Florida was that his wife actually had a government clearance for a lot of things, and the reason why I know this is because there was someone who investigated that whole fucking family, and
Yeah.
like none of it made sense.
Mm.
None of it made sense, and this guy was a family man. You know, he
But
married.
why would he be into this kind of stuff? I mean, why though? I mean that's what I
I
want to
just want to
know.
know.
Why?
I want to know why this guy. Why did they target this guy? What is this?
Mm.
Did he have a history on YouTube? Did
I
why was this guy the scapegoat? Why did they try to say that this guy was Botter?
you know, I mean, like even listening to like Melton John's videos, and some of it's like half-ass. I don't know if it's true or not, but I mean, Melton said he went to Botter's house and slept in it. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's like, you know, that exposed that he was in northern Florida, right? Remember the you know,
Oh yeah, you believe anything that Melvin John says? I mean, come on.
but I mean, like, why would Potter be so into this shit, and why? I mean, you would have to be working.
It was multiple. It has to be multiple people. I'm telling you,
It has to be
multiple people.
it has to be government that they threw him up to do this. He must have been on so many criminal charges, and this is what he got, you know, and you know, to do his sentence. It's like, why would you give a shit about people's lives on YouTube and that kind of, you know, to take that time? You know what I mean? It's just
Because
it
I'm gonna
boggles.
tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something right now. When I talk to these cops about all this stuff, right? They kept asking me about money, and I
Well,
said
it's
I've only
all
made
about money.
right, and they said usually when this stuff happens, there's a money deal or whatever. So it's usually that, or you're dating the person when stuff like this happens. You
Yeah,
know,
like a relationship thing. Yeah.
yeah. And I just want to know why this guy. Why did they pick out this guy Steven in Florida? Why was this guy targeted? At was it the wife? Was it because of the wife? Was it because of what did he do? I remember asking. Um, I remember asking Botter when I first, because Botter would be like, "Oh yeah, that's just a bullshit thing. It has nothing to do with that guy." This is when I first started doing the show with him. I'm like, why this guy? Why are you doing it to this guy? And he's like, well, I'm just doing it to throw people off, blah blah blah. I'm doing it because I knew this guy in high school, some dork I knew in high school. That's what he told me.
Wait, let me ask you this. Like, you know, I don't like Anderson Henderson, but what is his thoughts about the Potter thing? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but I mean, like the spotter thing affected everybody in on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I don't know what Anderson. This is the thing. Anderson would be sometimes get close, and then all of a sudden he'd be very distant. Like I've offered Anderson help. Like I remember when he was getting thrown out of his apartment, I was like, "Do you want to come up here and just ride it out until you get an apartment? Then you can go back to Virginia." And he's like, "Nah." He's like, "If I do, he's like, I've done this before. I'll go live in the woods for a couple weeks until I get the apartment. It's no big
What?
deal." Yeah.
Oh God! What about seasons? Like, you know, she knew him. Like, what's her thoughts on it? I never even asked her this.
With Anderson, she always liked Anderson.
No, I mean, what does season think about her?
What did she think about her?
No, yeah, I mean, like, what
She,
seasons? Like,
her opinion was like, why do you, why are you not taking this seriously? This guy's trying to get you arrested. This guy's whatever. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do about this guy? You know, she was worried. She was like, this guy's really, really bad because he's trying to get you in fucking trouble.
right.
You know, they're trying to get you arrested. They're trying to get you shot, trying to get you killed. So
But did you ever reach out to Melton John going, like, this guy's bad, like, maybe we can help you out too? What was Melton John's take on this?
at one time, Melton gave me a wrench in his channel, and I started donating to Melton. I was like, listen, Melton, I think you're great. I think you have a great channel, blah, blah, blah. And that only lasted for about a week, and then all of a sudden he started freaking out. So Melton, in my opinion, is just mentally disturbed.
Yeah, right. But, like, but Melton believes in the first border.
I don't know what Melton believes. I don't know if Melton is joking around. I don't know if Melton is whatever. But in my opinion, from what I saw, Melton is fucking absolutely insane.
Oh, he is. But
In my opinion, yeah.
I don't think he believes in the second border, where I do, where I believe in that too, where the second border was a child.
See, this is the thing, man. I don't think that kid was Botter. I think that kid was used by somebody, and it was in a Discord that they caught this kid. This kid wasn't even using like a VPN or anything like that. From what I heard.
Oh, really?
From what I heard, they caught him on his mother's phone.
Well,
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Again,
but you were going after the name, and then he bashed the U.S. president. I remember.
Well, what happened was the only thing that I had was because when I went. All right, so this is what they did.
Let's break this down, Noodles.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're going after this name Botter, right?
Yeah. So this is what the cops needed. I'm going to tell you what the cops needed from me. The cops needed from me.
No. Listen to me. So you're talking to Botter on Discord, and you're going after this Botter guy, and his name's Botter, and he said, this president is a POS, and it was caught on.
No, he said he was going to assassinate him, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but so you're going after this person's name Botter, because you're so determined that this guy's a piece of shit. So now you're saying that that couldn't have been Botter?
No, what I'm saying is that when I went to the police back in, when the cops started telling me what they needed, when the Botter accounts would come up on my channel, right? You can you hit the authentication thing, whatever it tells you, whatever it is on YouTube, right? They needed that, and then they needed to subpoena it. They needed to subpoena that specific, because again, if you ask certain people, everyone had a Botter account supposedly. I don't know if that's true, but that's what everyone was saying. So they needed that. There was a couple of them that I gave to the police. All right. When, as far as the Secret Service went, it was through Discord. What they needed was the Discord number. They needed the name of the server, and they needed that number that's associated with the Discord. I got them all of that. That's what they were looking for, because again.
But did you give your cell phone up to the cops, and did you get it back?
Yeah.
So
several times.
So they ran everything through the phone, and they gave it back.
They had my phone every single time I'd give my phone over to the police. They had it for at least 4 days, maybe 3. Sometimes, maybe there was a time where they had it for longer. You know what I mean?
Did you live stream the phone being taken by the police on another phone?
No, but what I would do is I would show the so there's police reports, and then there's when they take your property and give it back to you,
Yeah,
they give you like they give you a receipt.
right.
They give you a receipt, and it says on this date it was given in, and on this date it was given back, and it says specifically what it was for, and I showed everybody that. That's what I lied.
You gotta go to the different office to get the phone. I gotta get a cigarette. Hold on a second. I gotta roll one. But yeah, I always record all that shit in the police station. I don't trust any of that shit.
Yeah.
And what you have to do, make sure the phone's not damaged if the cops take it too.
So the third time, which was really fucked up, was that, and this was before I got the phone call on January 13th that they found the person that had these photos. They brought me into a room and told me to put my phone in this room, and I was like, that's weird. And they explained to me, they said, we think that either your car is being tracked, we think that either your phone is hacked into, and we believe that there's some things that we witnessed that you're in danger. And they gave me a list of things to do. They went over it and they said, get rid of this, get rid of that, delete this, and call us back if there's any more issues. So I did all this stuff, and on January 13th, I got a phone call from the prosecutor saying that they found the person that had the photos. And they said they couldn't tell me anymore because it was a juvenile. And I said to them, I said, was he from West Virginia? I brought up this whole West Virginia thing, and I told them that it was like some fucking whatever. And the cop goes, how did you know that? And I said, oh. So when he said that to me, that verified everything that Tony had been saying, everything that Steel Toe had been saying. They weren't lying. And that was on January 13th of this year. But I also went on to have a conversation with them where I said, listen, I don't believe that from 2018 or 2019 until now that it was some fucking 14-year-old kid. They never agreed to that's what the age of the kid was. They never agreed to whatever. But the cop did say, we believe the same thing. We don't believe that it was just this kid. And he goes, as far as the swatting goes, we're not saying it's this kid. All we're telling you is that this kid possessed those photos. And that was it. It is what it is. I don't know. I wish it.
Let me ask you this: like, have you ever heard back from that bot or the kid again, or this Tony Stark guy that was involved in that kind of shit? Like, it was 6 months ago or a year ago.
Again, I think the person was caught back in, I want to say November, and I didn't receive any contact from the police until December, and then I got the verification in January that it was closed.
So you never had to like appear in court or anything like that. They'd close the case.
So they went after him originally they went after him for swatting, and what I was told, this is what I was told through Steel Toe, was that once they get you for the swatting thing, right? They make a plea deal with you. Once you agree to that plea deal, you're basically saying that you're guilty. That's when they can That's when they confiscated all his shit, and that's when
Yeah,
they found all of that stuff on the computer.
yeah.
You know,
But I mean, how many friends have you lost since all this? I mean, it's horrible.
because of this.
Yes.
I mean, I still get attacked over this, But as far as the cops showing up to the house, as far as whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen anymore. And I'm not getting any threatening. I mean, I got some threatening emails, but I think it was from Bergs. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
that's what
Eh,
that was.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
trying to think of like, but here's the thing: the people that stuck around are some solid people, and I made some
I
very good friends on YouTube because
I
of
I
that.
think I think I made good friends with you over this. I think you've been true. I mean, we've all been waiting for this water case,
Well,
and we all, and he stuck through it, and he stayed online, brother. And I appreciate you for all this.
no, you know what? I won't ever stop talking about it because people basically tore me apart over this for fucking years. Meanwhile, I was going through this. Nobody believed me, and people just while I was going through this pineapple, while I was going through this, while I was being attacked, while my family was being attacked, all this
Yeah,
shit.
it ruins
People on
families.
YouTube were attacking me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I won't ever stop talking about it. I want to keep it alive. I want you to remember what you people did and what you people said and how terribly wrong you were.
Through this whole thing, I always like stuck up for you though. I did. Don't you ever forget that, brother.
I didn't say he pleaded guilty. He took a plea deal.
No,
He took a plea deal.
what I said.
This guy right here. He took a
Yeah.
plea deal, and they went through his shit, and they found all that.
No, I always. That's why I respected you the most, Noodles. You stood up through this. You put your goddamn man pants on, and you really stood up through all this bullshit. And
Yeah,
you're still
and
online.
yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. They these people, I believe it was a group of people. They tried so hard. They tried so hard, Steel Hater, to get me to leave, and they
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
do it.
big time.
And it
Yeah.
bothers them every day. It bothers them every day. Sorry,
I'm
sorry.
not in. I'm not in a group. That's why I stood up for you, and it pissed Melton John off, and it pissed a lot of people off. But I don't give a shit. Like I want to see the truth. You know, I don't want to see this happen to anybody. I
Well,
think
it,
anybody,
the thing is,
anybody,
Steel Hater happened to a lot of people way before me, way before me. It
right?
happened to a lot of people, and again, it's probably going to happen again. These tactics, I don't think are anything new. I see them happening to this guy Rick Productions. I see it happening to a lot of people. I just met Honest Frank. They happened to Honest Frank. Honest Frank told me this. Everything that Sam, they do it to Sam.
Well,
So
I don't like Sam.
yeah, I know you don't like Sam, but you see what happens. You see what they do.
But
You know,
Sam deserves it. You know what I mean? Like
listen,
Sam.
I'm not the. I'm again. I see you later. I'm not the police. I'm not whatever. That guy. Again, I don't have anything to do with him. I gave him a chance. Whatever I did, whatever I had to do, and he's just acts. Out of control. I can't.
I mean, like there's certain, it goes so far, but I'm not in a group either where I used to be. And I see Sam, I just don't want to talk to him. I care not to. I don't think he's well. I don't. I think Sam should. The YouTube community will go after him. Let's put it that way. His time will come. What's going on, Pickerick? And I'm gonna shut my mouth. But that's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah, nobody deserves it. I don't care who you are. What you're doing on YouTube, nobody deserves to go through that. That's absolutely horrible.
It's a waste of taxpayers' money to be swatted. I've had the police come to my house. I told them to get the fuck out of here. Somebody swatted me, but it wasn't
Yeah, but
like a full SWAT team though. It was just the cops going, "Hey, you talking to this one, that one?" I said, "You need a search warrant to come in my fucking house. Get the fuck out of here."
Well, I mean, listen, here's the thing with these comments. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Whatever happened to never forget? Whatever happened to that? I mean, because we don't forget about 9/11 and we all terrorists.
Well, the thing is, the whole country's
What are you
got to
talking about, dude?
change. This country's got to change with the police system and the social media, with the swatting and this kind of stuff. It just it's
Yeah,
bullshit.
this is a big deal. Listen, in maybe in 20 years, people are gonna be like, I can't believe people went through that. I can't believe they didn't have a grasp or they didn't have a hold on that you could do that to people online. But I'm telling you right now, I went through it. I probably went through some of the worst. If not Rick Productions, Rick Productions going to do fucking.
Well, that's why I'm going through the police system right now to stop this as First Amendment right, to tell them to stop doing this shit. It needs to end.
if it was just a swatting, the cops come in, it's a hassle, it's a pain in the ass and all that stuff. But in less than an hour, they're gone, But when you add all the other stuff onto it, the constant harassment of phone calls in your phone, hacked into your emails, your phones, harassing everybody you know or have ever known in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It never ends. You can't even think of it fast as, all the stuff that they did over and over and over. But my fear is that this guy, when his probation's up, which is about another 6 months, and they get it expunged from his record, he's just like nothing ever happened again. He's gonna start all over again.
Yeah, he won't make the same mistakes twice.
Right. That's what worries
me. That's why I told the police. I said, listen, I'm getting my information from a guy on Discord, and I'm also getting my information from another guy who does YouTube. All right. I want it from you guys. And they're like, listen, we can't tell you because it's a juvenile. I said, there's got to be a way. And I said, I think it's very unfair, okay, that this person knows who I am, but I don't know who he is. And if this happens again, and they're like, well, listen, whatever you do, don't ever make contact. Don't ever whatever. If there's any other problems, trust me, he's the first person. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, but this person is not going to make the same mistake twice, man. He's not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
What scares me the most is these AI bots.
I mean, I never could get my phone cleaned up. I literally took a 3-pound sledgehammer and just beat it to pieces, and went and got another phone, started all over. That's a pain in the ass to have to do that.
Oh yeah, it is. It sucks. Yeah, you can't trust people online. Yeah.
And the whole time, Botter would be texting me and say, "Oh, I'm not in your phone. That's phantom movements and all this." I did a video on YouTube about it. I'd show it.
I remember. And I remember people being like, "No, Rick, your phone. You just got a bad phone." I remember that.
Yeah,
and then.
And at the same time, people would text me and say, "Why did you text me? Send me that email and say that you sent me over 100 emails yesterday." I'm like, I'm so lazy. You think I typed 100 emails? Are you kidding?
Well, the one person that contacted me was my friend's husband, right? And he goes, "Is everything all right?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Dude, I was getting like phone calls from you at like they just had a kid too, at like 1:30 in the morning." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You left me a message about blowing up the Empire State Building." Like, what?
Who did that doxing with my name, with my voice to poon handlers? That's what was a weird one.
And with this AI, they're gonna really be able to screw over some people now. You make it look like anybody.
No, it was like 3 years ago, and then like Poon, like the cops came to Poon's house using my like voice or some shit. It was weird. The
When did
whole
that
time
happen?
that was like 2 years ago or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? It
Dude,
was weird. And
again, they did everything. They used, dude, they were texting. The reason why I know it's a Florida number was because when I talked to the cops in Monroe Township where John lives,
yeah.
they told me, like, they were texting people saying you better call this number back or we're gonna kill your kids, and they would put my
What?
number in the text. Yeah, so I used to get.
It's fucked up, man. I mean, that's where it goes too far. It's just like, fuck.
Way
You
too
know,
far.
yeah, man. It's just crazy. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Well, people come in here and they see what's going on. They see people, they're arguing and fighting and stuff, but they got to understand that it's just YouTube shit. It's not real
Yeah,
life. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. You know, and the drama shit. Like I was done with that like fucking 10 years ago. It's just we're just talking. It's like I don't get it, Pickerick, man. It's just it's just crazy.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But like that's what I'm going against. I'm going up to the state house anyways, because my landline phone with Comcast has been out for a month, almost 2 months, and I called Comcast and I said, how you gonna reimburse this? So I have no cell phone service here, right? And they said, well, we'll give you $10 free this month. I said, fuck that. I'm gonna talk to my state attorney or the state governor because my mother's sick and there's no to have a place with no 911 calls is inhumane. It's bullshit. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, and then I'm gonna put the goddamn if I have to go in there, I'm putting the goddamn camera right in the face.
That's like a slap in the face. $10. That's not even worth the time it took to do it all. You know.
Dude, it's inhumane. Like if there was a fire on my street, with the amount of taxes we pay here in Massachusetts, like there's no like fire like thing to pull down like if the power goes out. Like it's
Right.
bullshit.
Damn, he said made it to work already.
Anyways, I don't mean to bitch like a cunt, but anyways, that's what I'm gonna do though.
That's all right, man. Tell us. We gotta be talking about something.
It's
That's what be that.
no, it's bullshit. Like if you're paying a lot of taxes in a place, it's like the goddamn place better ship out or ship out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It's
got a
like,
friend that lives in New York, and his taxes are $22,000 a year.
yeah,
That's
it's
mind
ridiculous.
blowing.
I don't even get trash pickup here. They don't do shit. All they do is plow roads and put stupid signs up. It's ridiculous.
And I complain about mine.
And
Mine's are like 700.
every time I go out, I flip the cops up. I give them the middle finger. Fuck you. I fucking hate them.
Yeah,
All they do is like pull you over and give you a speeding ticket and collect more money. It's like fuck off, bitch. Mm,
you don't have
I,
a Massachusetts accent. You don't sound like you don't have that Bostonian accent at all.
no, I used to live in well down near where Noodles is right now. Well, I
Right.
lived in Connecticut. I lived in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and then uh, well, we used to ride with the Hells Angels in Bridgeport, and I always tell people, I pushed part, when I was first born in Bridgeport, the choppers would go up the stairs because there was only one bedroom or so where I lived there, and I finally jump started the chopper, and we went down to go see the fireworks down Fairfield, which is close to where he's at right now. Guess what happened?
What?
The whole they did the fireworks display, right, brother? On like in a football field. And the whole display, it blew up, like two people died. And we were in there with the fucking Hells Angels, and they said, you gotta get the fuck out of here now. And all we heard was cop cars and ambulances and shit. And we hauled the ass out of there on choppers. And I'll never forget that. But as a kid, I was pushing the chopper, trying to get it, the timing right to jump it, because uh, he was towing the bike. And holy shit, like, thank God we went in there on motorcycles. So.
Oh man, I overslept this morning, Seal. Oh, I way overslept. I usually get up about 5 a.m. I just woke up
I
20
don't
minutes
know.
ago.
I don't know if you understand it, like if you ever been to New York and shit, but traffic is
Oh yeah,
bad.
I've been there.
But like, anyways, that's what happened, and it was the way we did it back then.
I've still got a fake Rolex I bought in Manhattan.
Oh, nice. That's a cute dog. What kind of breed is he?
He's half
No good.
pit bull and half
It's no
Alaskan
good.
husky.
It's no good.
His eyes are so blue they glow almost.
Oh, he's got the blue eyes. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And he's only about 50 pounds, so he's not huge, so it's easy to kind of maneuver him. But
Oh, that's cool. What a cutie.
it's the smartest dog I've ever had, and I've had a lot of dogs.
I had a black lab. He was my best one. He was from Manhattan too. I don't know. I remember being in the Barracuda in Connecticut, and he jumped out, and I said, we were in the gas lines in the 70s. I said, "Fuck, that dog jumped out." He goes, "Come back, come back." And then my dad goes, "Well, he'll come back if he's hungry." And he did after about 4 days. And man, he was exhausted. He was like, "I need water and food." And my dad said, "Well, that's how you train a dog. If they're gonna leave you, they're gonna come back if they want to come back." So.
If you're feeding them really good, they're gonna come back.
Oh yeah, and then he would lay in the puddle, before they paved the driveways and all this yuppie bullshit they do in the Northeast. But he was laying in a puddle and licking the water, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm all muddy. I love you," and all that shit.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's all I've had before this one. All I've ever had is
Say we can
labs
hear
because they're so nice. They're good dogs, smart. They like water most of the time like that. They'll swim out and get anything. They're the best dogs to have around
And this
children.
is these elevators too.
But all my kids are gone. So
yeah, I mean the funniest one is they hooked the clothesline up when we took them up to Boston, right? And we said, oh yeah, we'll just chain them to the clothesline, like, well, because she had one of these clotheslines, half-assed, but she had a dryer and shit in the basement in Boston. Oh, he'll be fine. No, he ripped the whole side of the fucking house off with the clothesline and took off through Boston. I said, oh shit. And then
when I got this one,
we're chasing him, and he's got the clothesline still attached with shingles from the freaking house. It was like, wow.
oh God,
Oh man, my aunt was pissed.
when I first got this one, that when I got him and took him out and walked him around, they was telling me, the guy was saying, now he's an escape artist. He can get away. He's really good at it too. And
Yeah.
I didn't notice it, too much. And then when I got home, I left him in the house one day and went somewhere. When I got back, he had tore the air conditioning siding out and came out over the air conditioning
Oh,
and was
man.
standing out on the front porch. I'm like, damn, come on.
Yeah, they're powerful, these things. Yeah, you just don't know. They're small and mighty. Yeah.
He really is an escape artist.
But they are sure damn cute, and I adore them. I love animals. Except
I do
seals.
too.
I think seals and birds are overprotected here. I really do. I think it's bullshit. They say these they say the seals are gonna attack all these sharks and shit. All it's doing is giving money to Discovery Channel for this goddamn Shark Week. I really do, man. It's bullshit.
Have you saw those videos and news articles about these great white sharks attacking the boats and stuff? Man, that's wild.
No, the killer whales will.
They
Cause they had
attacking on
they
flipping boats,
no the killer whales will. They're smart. They will.
and they coordinate together. They all get together and decide, and bam, bam, start bamming these boats. I mean, I had never seen anything like that. It's happening
Yeah,
recently.
yeah, the killer whales. Well, if there's more of them, they're very smart. I don't blame them for that. I love them to death. I mean, if I could get a pet, it would be a killer whale. They're the most intelligent thing in the ocean.
Elevator must not be there.
Oh shit! What happened?
He's walking up steps instead of in an elevator. He must be elevator broke.
Oh shit! He's got wiring down here. Oh no! There's something going on. Well, I'll be quiet. Let's see what Nose is doing. He's getting a ladder out. He's getting a ladder out. This is.
It's play-by-play action and Noodles at work.
I like it though. I used to do that shit myself. I used to love doing demo work. Just throw shit off a 18-foot story building just into a dumpster bucket. No. And then go down the elevator and smoke cigarettes and go, I don't know what the hell is going on the 18th floor.
Yeah,
That's how
without construction.
that's how I met the best girlfriends of my life. They were secretaries. I'd be doing demo work on the 19th floor, and then take the elevator down, smoke Marlboros in the parking lot, and going, yeah, it's kind of loud up there, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Meanwhile, we'll just
Marlboro is the
destroy.
best cigarettes ever been made, I think.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I shouldn't. I don't condone them, but I've been smoking them ever since I was about 8 years old. So whatever.
Yeah, me too. I started about 10.
Oh shit! Really? Yeah, what a cute dog. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go rolling.
Magna Helix.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
We get a glimpse of it. Well, Pineapple, I hate you being targeted like that. That's terrible. The internet is still the Wild West 99% of the time. Police don't care and know what to do about any of it. And that's 100% true, but they're getting there. Like everything else the government does, it's really slow. Oh. Really slow. Hey, buddy. He's looking at Paul right there. He got stung by a bee yesterday. Great big yellow bee came up here and landed on the porch. He took his paw, slapped it down on that bee, and guess what? It stung him. It didn't take him a second. He was trying to attack it, but it didn't take him a second to get away from it after it stung him. He was gone. I gave him a small dose of Benadryl. Wow, what a view.
Hey, Pickerick, you grow anything good this summer? Like, how's the tomatoes and stuff?
I've got about 6 or 7 on the tomatoes just picked and cucumbers laying on my table right now. I'm going to start eating tomato sandwiches and cucumbers today.
Oh, nice. What else are you growing out there? Like, how do you water? Are you using the rainbirds and shit?
Rainbirds, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use to water my lawn. I think they're the most efficient, really.
Those
I got the plastic ones, the green ones, not the old brass, like the big ones that shoot out like friggin' 100 feet or whatever you call them, the old school ones.
The one I'm using is kind of in between what you just said. They're about on a tripod that'll stick up about 5 feet, and they'll shoot it maybe 50 feet. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're the best. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's cool.
They'll throw some water around. I just use a well. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, wow, that's a crazy view. That's cool.
Oh my God! Look at that view.
I don't know.
Last time I stayed in
Man,
New York, a friend of mine was having a surgery, and all night long, all I heard was sirens all night long, and some couple fucking in the hotel room above me.
Oh shit. Oh man. We gotta do it again and stay in a better hotel. We'll be in a quiet one. You'd be surprised how New York and Boston are now. The quiet, like you won't even hear the construction shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, I live in the suburbs here, and I'll tell you, Pickerick, man, these people are so fascinated with fucking leaf blowers and meticulous lawns. They mow their lawns, twice a week, and it's just bullshit. I think. Wow, Canadian bacon in the house. What's up, brother? I haven't seen him online in a while.
He was in here a week or so ago. Just got married
Did he
last month, I
really?
think.
Oh,
hmm
congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. Man, that's good. I like to hear nice things.
Well, I got to get ready to go to work, Seal.
All right, brother. Hey, it was good talking to you. I got a lot of questions to ask you, but not gonna let you go. But yeah. Oh man, what a cute dog. I love talking to you, anyways.
Well, Seal, you take it easy, buddy. It's good talking to you. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I always do. I'll see you on the next one, man. I love you.
All right. See you, Noodles. Thank you,
All
Noodles.
right, see ya. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. I gotta get to work.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Thanks for coming up, Seal Hater.
Yeah, all right. All right, bye.
See ya.